Hello and welcome to Self-Helped, the show where we've done the therapy so that you don't have to.
I'm Paris Hilton.
And I'm Nicole Ritchie.
And while we're not licensed professionals, we sure have kept quite a few of them in business.
We're best friends in very different life stages, but from shrinks to bookstore bargain bins, we've both sampled the full self-help buffet.
And now it's our turn to dish it back out. Secondhand, reheated, and seasoned with some very, very questionable life choices. This is Self-Helped. On today's episode, we're chucking our tiny rose-coloured glasses on and going back to simpler times to discuss why we're all suddenly obsessed with Y2K culture and why too much nostalgia can actually cause us more harm than good.
We're also having a very passionate debate about the official rankings of the Australian Women's Weekly iconic birthday cakes and why our favourites were robbed.
I'm fuming about that. Before outing some of our most embarrassing fashion fails of yesteryear, think Von Dutch trucker caps and useless chunky belts.
So if you're a kid of the 90s who grew up in the noughties, this one's for you.
Hello and welcome back to On the Couch, where Mags and I play therapist and patient. The patient's hemorrhaging money, except there's no actual money being exchanged because I don't have any.
No actual money and no actual idea, but we're giving it a crack anyway.
Yeah, we have to give it a go. This segment is all about passing on the words of wisdom that we've picked up from our actual therapists with actual degrees and doctorates and stuff, with the aim to help each other and hopefully you too.
All right, Smythe. What are we working on today? You're looking very bronzed, may I say?
Because you're
glowing.
Inspired me to put the face spray on.
But do you know what's really ironic? I was inspired to not wear fake tan today.
Oh,
so we've swapped places and we've ended somewhere in the middle, I think.
I also have the go-to glowy primer.
Oh, guala.
I do. But thank you.
Love, love, love. So before we start, should we get Ali to bring us some toilet paper, or are we tears free today?
Look, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I actually think today's episode, is not going to be a tearjerker.
Oh my God, that would be a first, actually.
Believe it or not. And purely for the fact that I am, as the social media manager, I am so sick of seeing my ugly Kim Kardashian cry face.
What's wrong with you guys? My diamond earring came up in the ocean and it's gone. And there's people that are dying.
Like, I'm having to edit these hype reels and it's just like me going,
No, I think you've got a cute cry face.
Over and over again.
And we keep saying it, but I also feel like today, like regardless of the fact that I'm starting in a fluffy hat, it will end in tears. Unsure how.
Should we make a bet? Let's make a bet. No, I truly believe that today won't end in tears. But
Okay.
I have been thinking, in fact, I've been obsessing, which is what I tend to do.
Love.
Why are we all, me especially, so addicted to living in the past? Like, why are we always looking in the rear vision mirror, right? As someone who is literally incapable of not getting that really sick pit in my stomach, that sick, like, sad, like, oh no, like the best days are behind us.
Yes.
Like, I can't watch an episode of Girls, the series adaptation of Everything I Know About Love.
Yes.
Dolly's.
Dolly Alderton.
That series.
It tapped into something, didn't it?
They did such a great job of having them wear even like the exact dresses
Right.
and like hats.
Indie sleaze.
Yeah, but and also the playlist, the soundtrack.
The fact that is now nostalgic terrifies me.
I watched
thought that
that
was 2 years ago.
Yeah, I watched that series and it was so close to the bone that I almost couldn't watch it because I felt so sick for that time in my life.
Oh my God, totally.
I wanted to go back.
A simpler time.
Yeah.
Maybe someone just needs to make a nightclub that's themed to that time.
I was going to say, well, there is a nightclub in the city here in Melbourne called Retro, but I would not recommend that nightclub. I would not. Anyway, at the moment, this whole nostalgia thing is proving impossible to get away from because everywhere you look, it is Y2K fashion, it is 90s playlists, it is film remakes of the classics, even disposable cameras. And now you can, and it's all over TikTok, go to like Kmart or Big W and buy some like $20 old school video recorders.
Oh, really?
Where the footage is purposely grainy and blocky. People are doing that, like that's cool again.
Like my culture is not your costume. Do you know
No.
what I mean? We used to live that in real life.
Precisely. It's like the world has decided that adulthood is too hard. So we're all collectively retreating back to our bedrooms, except now the Bardo posters, and I was obsessed with Bardo. I was obsessed with Bardo. The Bardo posters have been replaced with Stanley cups and Pilates mats. Apparently, this whole phenomena has a name and it's called the nostalgia trap. And it's basically the urge to relive simpler times because, let's be honest, the present feels kind of overwhelming.
Present sucks.
And a little bit terrifying. And look, I get it. There is absolutely something comforting in rewatching Girls for the seventh time or Dawson's Creek or The OC, whatever your poison was, or pretending that cargo pants with like 17 pockets or the ones that unzipped at the knee are a personality again because they were my personality. I had some army print ones.
You did not.
That I wore because Avril Lavigne wore them. Anyway.
Oh, okay. No, that makes sense. In the context of Avril Lavigne,
with like a Bonds chesty and like a pink tie.
Yes.
And like a studded
bra
belt.
strap showing.
I didn't have to wear a bra. I had no tits till university. Anyway, I can't help but wonder at what point does nostalgia stop being cute and start holding us back, right? So today I want us to dig in.
Dig.
Why do we keep looking backwards and what is the cost of never moving forward?
I've never thought of this question before. I love that you bring these things to the table and I go, hasn't crossed my mind.
Yeah, but
New anxiety unlocked.
But you're into like, yeah, sorry. I'll just add to the list of things to worry about. I feel like you, like even in your interest, your personal interest, you're a futurist.
Yes.
What do you call them? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, future studies. That's
you're
right.
really interested in the future.
Yes.
But me, and I'm sure there is some Freudian link because of my mom and my childhood, but I am forever stuck in the past.
You've always quite liked a bit of a throwback though. I'm actually thinking of us in our early 20s. We'd have a weekend out. I'd already be planning the next one and you'd be like putting up photos and we'd be talking. You have always kind of had this connection to the past. And to be honest, I do feel kind of attacked by this and I'm wondering if this is because I wore a pair of Capri pants.
It really is.
Is it?
It really is.
Do you know, I put up that video and I thought, Tully's going to be triggered by those Capri pants.
I went to, so Maggie put up a video over the weekend, a story.
It was a bit Kath from Kath and Kim.
Look, you put up a story. I mean, Minty outshone you, but that's because she was dressed
She was in
immaculately. And you start off close to the camera and then you step back. And that's when I saw them. And it's a very controversial topic.
Capri pants.
Capri pants, by the
With
way.
everything that is happening in the world right now, would we say Capri pants is a
This is what I'm talking about. Are we focusing on whether Capri pants are cool again or not? Because it's easier to talk about than the state of the world. But anyway, so you wore Capri pants.
You have one therapy today. That was unbelievable. But I do think you're right. I do think it's everywhere. I think this like throwback culture is getting really intense. And I think part of it is because we're maybe in survival mode. Like adult life is bills and breakups and burnout, but blasting so fresh hits of 2003 instantly takes you back to a time where your biggest stress was whether your crush would notice your MSN online status.
Yeah,
and God, that's so, I felt that.
And if they didn't, you'd like sign in, sign out. Sign in, sign out, sign in, sign out. Ali's like, what's MSN?
Yeah. You were not at the cusp of MSN. Was it a nudge? Did you send a nudge?
Yeah, you said a nudge. Well, you could either sign in, sign out, which would make you pop up in their bottom right.
That's right.
Or you could send a nudge, which is more direct because it would shake their screen.
Yes, which is very us.
It's like grabbing someone's hello. I put romantic lyrics in my username in big and little letters, hoping you would notice.
Totally. Avril Lavigne song lyrics. Why am I single? I'm confused. Anyway, you might be right. I think we might be using nostalgia as a comfort, but also maybe it's a bit of a trap. Like, are we using nostalgia as a comfort or are we using it as an avoidance? Because yes, cargo pants feel safe. Do they feel safe?
Yeah, pants for all occasions.
Okay, all right.
If they zip off, you've got shorts and pants and you have many pockets to put things in.
Girl, are you sure you're not German? This is like very German. Your Sportspants are also
I'm
your
just
tennis
telling you
pants.
that this topic is one very close to home to me.
We have so many feelings about this. But I also think that maybe these throwbacks are stopping us from actually facing what's next or even what's now. So it's a great topic, perfect for our 90% millennial women listenership. We see you. We see you.
And thank you for sticking around.
Thank you for sticking around. You all probably had a groovy chick pencil case. Oh my God. Amazing.
I also had the bedspread. And like the folder, the school folder.
And the gel pens that went in it. Just
what was the
lined
green
up.
one? The pink was groovy. Anyway.
Quick question. Is this show even therapy or are we just going to go down memory lane and keep saying things from the 90s?
I think that both apply.
Okay, you're right. They're not mutually exclusive. Anyway, make yourself comfy because on that inflatable couch, therapy is now in session. Okay, Tull, I think we're going to have to kick off with a bit of a silly question, but one that I can't wait to hear your answer to. What is the one nostalgic thing that you were clinging on to that you know is objectively ridiculous but cannot let go?
This was an easy one because when I open up my laptop and press that little button, I feel like a real piece of shit. Like I feel like a slug. I'm like,
What is this?
look, it's got to be playing The Sims. My guilty pleasure since the year 2000, I was in year 7. And yes, I'm a fully grown adult with bills and deadlines, but I will happily lose an entire day. I'm talking, I can play sometimes for like, I will get up and put it on at like 9 a.m. and I'm still playing at like 3 p.m.
Hang on, wait a second. How do you even play Sims in 2025?
Oh, it's actually almost like it's too advanced and the graphics are too good that I get a little bit of like motion sickness playing it. But
That's wild.
there is nothing more satisfying or comforting to me than to lose an entire Saturday building fake dream houses and then trapping my Sims in the pool by deleting the ladder and watching them drown and beg for help. Too grim? Too dark?
Are we talking about nostalgia today? Or?
Yeah. Okay. Stay with me here. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
But it does scratch some really deep itch. And I figured it out. It's because it's control in a chaotic world, right? It's giving my sim the wedding of my teenage dreams, even though in real life I'm not engaged.
Yet.
Honestly, it's less of a game now, I've realized, and more like emotional therapy with pixels. My Sims have better skincare routines than me. They've got a better mortgage than me.
They've got a mortgage.
My Sims are living the kind of life that I wish I could be living.
Oh.
And I get to decide, you know, whether they have a job or not, whether I use a cheat code and they can just buy the mansion without having a job.
I've never seen this side of you. Did you say cheat code?
Yeah, there's like cheat codes. So
I kind of love this.
I'm really outing this is like the time I told everybody that I sucked my thumb till I was 19. You've never been a gamer.
I kind of love it. I wish you'd start again because I want your freaky teeth back. But I've never played Sims, so this is all super new to me. I love this though. Can I ask you a question though? When you started playing The Sims, did you feel like they were going to have adult lives that you were going to have one day, or was it just a game?
I absolutely always gave my Sims either my name and made her like really pretty.
Yeah.
I can't really do this. I would make her look the way I wanted to look, right? But then I would always give myself a husband. And if I didn't have a crush at the time, I would like give it a really hot boy's name, like Zane.
Nate. What did you say?
Zane. I'm embarrassing myself and I keep speaking. But then like, you know, your Sim can be a pop star.
Okay.
Your Sim can be a top lawyer.
Oh, so you literally just invent a life for
You're
them.
creating your dream life with like, there's no risk. Wow. You can lose yourself in this whole world. And now in 2025, The Sims has universes. It is a huge, you can live in the snow, you can go to Hawaii. It's insane.
Wow.
But I think I don't think I know full well. I'm avoiding my real life by hiding in my Sims land.
In the world of The Sims. That is insane. And do you think that there is habits that go along with when you're playing The Sims that you've kept with you? Like, do you always play it in your room, or do you like have snacks, or is there some kind of like childhood activity with it?
Oh, the habit is that I will play for hours on end, and before I know it, it's dark. Like I literally, so you can play it on either like, there's like play mode, which just plays it in sort of real time. They have seasons, they have holidays, the whole thing. But you can also play it on fast forward, because sometimes your Sims are literally just living. So they're just walking around, they go to the kitchen, they make something to eat. And I would play it and get so impatient that I would hold it down and play it on fast forward. But when you're playing a game on fast forward for like 5.5, 6 hours, I once vomited. Like I gave myself vertigo or something.
I propose we throw out the rest of this script and just stick with
to
Sims
this.
because there is so much to unpack here.
Yeah, but let's move on.
But I kind of love it. We're coming back to this. My jaw is like literally on the ground. I think it's adorable personally.
Oh, is it? Or is it like a total waste of
so much to talk about this.
waste of time?
Okay, well, I mean, this is quite a pertinent question following on from that. Do you think nostalgia has ever held you back from moving forward, even just with your day?
100%.
All right, talk to me.
Look, one of my favorite quotes, like one of the first, if you scroll back to the top of my photo album on my iPhone, and I have stuff there from 2013.
On my iPhone.
On my iPhone. If you go right up to the top, one of my first ever like screen grabbed Pinterest quotes says, "Nostalgia is a dirty liar that insists things were better than they seemed."
I love that.
And I really needed to save that to remind myself, because I really do get stuck in nostalgia, and I've definitely romanticized past relationships because I remember the good old days and conveniently edit out the chaos, right? I'll sit there replaying like that really beautiful slow Sunday morning where we lay in bed till 11 a.m., but I'll conveniently edit out and forget the Tuesday night where I was crying into a tub of Ben & Jerry's, begging to be texted back. And so I would look at these kind of like past relationships and like yearn for them and you know, feel like I was never going to find someone like that ever again. When in reality, it wasn't all that great. It wasn't all that healthy. They weren't all that nice. So I definitely feel like nostalgia is kind of like an Instagram highlights reel, right? Like you gloss over the ugly parts. You just don't share them or replay them. It's refusing to take off the rose-colored glasses. And the danger is sometimes you stay stuck in that loop. And as someone who spent 4 years trying to get over the same person, that's a really dangerous loop to get stuck in. You'll lose a chunk of your life.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of just wake up one day and realize, in actuality, was it that great?
Yes. Yeah, you've got to be really firm with your brain and go, what's real here?
Yeah.
You know?
So like I feel like if you get stuck in that loop, rather than processing the hurt and the pain and moving forward, you actually just keep chasing this version of the past that never really existed in the first place.
It's fantasy.
It feels safe, but I think it can definitely actually just keep you from healing. And I do that a lot.
It's kind of like picking at a scab. Like let it go, let it heal.
Let it heal.
You know, and we know it's hurting ourselves and we keep going back for more. It's really
But something satisfying at picking scabs.
Yeah.
I don't mind keep looking at Ali to like confirm if I'm a freak or not.
I was just about to go into pimple popping territory. But
Love.
Bring it back. Yeah, love. Smash. Okay, so maybe like let's cast the net out a little bit now. We understand that you love nostalgia and The Sims. Can't get past that one. But why do you think kind of as a generation we keep retreating back into the past? And do you think it's got anything to do specifically with our present?
It has to do with our present.
Right.
The world is on fire.
Dumpster fire.
It is a burning pile of trash right now.
Yes,
and it's terrifying. It's overwhelming. You start thinking about reality too much, or you read one too many news articles and suddenly you're having a complete existential crisis. Cost of living, climate change, the news cycle, you know, what's happening in Palestine, so heavy, so heavy. Like I could start crying if I thought about it too much. So I think going back to, but I'm not going to because we're not crying today.
Not today.
So I think going back to the Y2K fashion, you know, binging the old shows, Grey's Anatomy, whatever it was, feels easier. Nostalgia is the emotional equivalent of comfort food. It's like mac and cheese for the soul.
Yum.
It tricks you into believing that there was a time when things were simpler, even if they actually weren't. And I've really noticed, in fact, it's something that always makes me laugh when I stop and think about it. But when I'm going through a rough time, having a rough week or feeling flat, I always notice and find myself retreating and being drawn to food that I ate when I was a kid.
I was just about to say. And it's always really bogan suburban stuff. I'm like, I could smash some apricot chicken right now.
100%.
Yeah.
If I go to a cafe with my partner on a Saturday morning and I'm ordering dippy eggs from the kids menu,
Shit's bad.
maybe ask if I'm okay.
I need some medication.
If I'm suddenly getting a craving for hundreds and thousands, like sprinkles on bread, or I go, hey, let's make some chocolate crackles, call for help.
That's Tully's cry for help.
The other day,
chocolate crackles.
The other
shit's
day,
bad.
yeah. The other day, I demanded we buy Viennetta.
Oh, that
Which
was
is always
Dad's
it was a
favourite.
special treat.
Yes, that was Dad's birthday ice cream request. He didn't want cakes. He always wanted Viennetta.
That was like, we've got some fancy friends coming over, and we're going to have a fancy dessert.
Okay, got a question about that. Why did the brown plastic tray always look like chocolate on the bottom of the Viennetta? Why would you make it a brown plastic tray that looks like chocolate?
If without that plastic tray, it would just like kind of slowly melt into the cardboard. But have you had it lately?
No, I haven't.
So back in the good old days, you used to get quite a nice chunky bit of chocolate between
Yes.
each like little slice.
True.
There was like a natural way for you to slice it so that everyone got a nice chocolate
So
sandwich.
Right, yes.
Now the chocolate is but a tiny itty bitty, it's too
But
thin.
a wee whip of chocolate.
It's too
What
thin.
is the world coming to? I'm out.
Honestly, I mean,
Take me
between
back.
that and caramel koalas and photo frogs being about half the size.
That's also true.
Anyway, I just think that it's our way of self-soothing. We're reaching for the familiar when the present feels so uncertain and, to be quite frank, grim.
Ooh, okay. Well, I have a question.
Highs and lows there for you.
Let me ask you, do you think that all generations do this? Like I'm thinking to my parents and all of these stories that mum tells about the good old days and when she was growing up, nothing bad ever happened anywhere. And, you know, like this is really kind of a joke that we make about boomers that like back in our day, there was no crime and transgender people.
But also I've been hearing back in my day, I used to have to walk to school in the snow with no shoes. Like
never snowed in Australia.
Exactly. Or not really in New Zealand either, which is apparently where my mum was. Yeah, you're right though. You're right.
Yeah.
I think that every generation does it. I can't believe, I remember thinking there's no way they'll ever bring back low-rise jeans. And yet here we are.
Right. I remember that as well.
Chapel Street.
Can I say, just a shout out, Pip Edwards in a pair of low-rise jeans. She looks unbelievable.
Pip Edwards can do literally no wrong.
I would look like Kim from Kath and Kim.
Pip Edwards is the reason I originally had balayage, where my roots were grown out to here.
Yes, very cool.
Do you know how much trolley I got for that on Big Brother? They didn't understand it was a choice.
Well,
all the comments were like, "Oh my God, she didn't even get her roots done."
It did look a little different to Pip Edwards. I support you 100%. I back you. Okay, let's move on quickly. Back to Viennetta. Safe space. Okay, so maybe if I can pull us out of this, is there a nostalgic act or ritual that is maybe good for us?
Great question, and it's something that I think does not age. Therefore, yes, it's nostalgia. It's nostalgic.
Balayage.
No. Well, apparently that is aging. Although I'm still kind of rocking the natural. Anyway, music. Always
yeah, okay.
Music. Nothing grounds me more like hearing songs from my teens. You put on the Josie and the Pussycat soundtrack, for which I know every single lyric to every single song. Wow. That was an amazing film. Anyway, you put on that soundtrack or Britney Spears is In the Zone.
Oh, mine's Kanye West's Graduation. I know every word to every song.
We've cancelled him.
Oh, we've cancelled him. Oh, I'm going to take it back. Horrible man.
Anyway, put on some of those soundtracks. And the beauty of Spotify, right, is that now we can have any of our soundtracks from our youth at our fingertips. Bardo, it's on there. Trust me, I've checked.
Is it?
Literally.
I'm going to go home and listen to that tonight.
These days go on. Poison. Anyway, you put on those soundtracks and I'm right back to being 16, dancing in my bedroom, covered in a slimy body glitter of some description, right? It reconnects me to my younger, freer version of myself. And sometimes that's the reminder that I need that I wasn't always this miserable, anxious, burnt out adult with a Google calendar that yells at me every day, dictating my every move. I feel like music is timeless. It lets me time travel in a way that's comforting but also affirming. Like you kind of had this moment of like that girl is still in there somewhere.
Yes.
And she deserves space too.
Oh, do you know what this kind of reminds me of? But in maybe like a happier, more joyful way is, you know, like inner child therapy where you reconnect with a much, much younger version of yourself, which is a bit heavy. And like I can't say I've ever encountered it and felt happy at the end of it. It's like, oh God, that was...
Well, you don't go back to your 5th birthday party. You go back to something that was super traumatic.
Oh, right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you're doing that kind of work.
Yes.
You're not time traveling back to a happy memory.
No, that's true. But I still think it like triggers something in people which is inherently quite like sad. Whereas this feels happy. This is like teenage or preteens is like such a joyful time because the world is just opening up to you.
I feel like if you choose one of your favorite albums, it's kind of like microdosing that deeper child work.
Fun.
But in a positive light.
Yes.
You're picking an album or a song or a play, whatever that you know brings you joy.
Right.
So you can only kind of go back to those joyful moments.
Yeah, it takes you back to a person that maybe had bigger
Didn't know
dreams.
any better.
Had bigger dreams of apricot chicken and body glitter. What a time. Very specific, our upbringing, wasn't it?
But it's also, you know, like I'm understanding your references and you're understanding mine. It's
how crazy. 2 women of the same
white
age grew up in Australia at the same time.
to be both with 2 siblings, like born a year apart. The only difference is that you were in Brisbane or wherever. Where were you born?
Yeah, Brisbane.
Yeah, Brisbane.
What
You were in Brisbane and I was in Sydney.
Do you know what the show has made us realise?
We don't know each other very well.
I don't know anything about you. All right, Tal. So maybe if we're talking about living in nostalgia and, like microdosing nostalgia, is there a cost of living in nostalgia too much?
Yeah. And I feel that often. I really have to, and that's why I saved that quote. I really have to shake myself. By living and dwelling and like sitting in the nostalgia too much, you end up missing what's happening right in front of you and like what is going on in your real life. If you're constantly recreating the Y2K fantasy, buying Von Dutch hats, hoarding disposable cameras, popping on your layered Supre tank tops, you don't notice the life that's happening right now. Nostalgia should be like the seasoning, not the whole damn meal. And I don't want to be like
hungry. This topic.
Talking a lot about food, aren't we? I don't want to be 50.
Yes.
Still chasing low-rise jeans, clinging to this past that no longer serves me and no longer fits me anymore. Literally or figuratively, like trying to squeeze into my Sassenbide jeans.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that analogy.
Yeah,
thanks. Squeezing into
you got it. You got what I meant by that.
Teeny tiny skinny jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be present enough to laugh at the fact that we ever wore them in the first place, but also grateful that right here, right now, there are so many things in my life that I never had back then, right? If you keep living in the rear view mirror for too long, you'll crash.
Ooh. Wow.
Again, bit grim.
I love ending on a threat.
Nostalgia can be sweet, but it's not a place you're meant to live forever.
Yeah,
I don't
true.
think anyway.
You're right. And I love this topic because I've never thought about it before.
It doesn't surprise me.
No.
I'm a lot more like...
I'm not like crash and burn. Let's move on.
Yeah, like I hang on. I
Yeah.
dig my claws in a lot with friendships, with relationships, with periods of my life.
Yes.
I try to hold on to it a lot tighter.
Yep.
You're a lot more...
No, I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
In not a good way, in that I will let things go so quickly. I'm like, if you're going to hurt me or this is bad, I'm moving on. So I think we're like opposite ends of the spectrum. Maybe I need to like rewind.
No, I think that's
and
just about finding a balance somewhere in between. You would not believe what I have kept.
tell me the weirdest thing.
If you're listening to this podcast and we went to high school together, if you ever wrote me a note, I don't care if it was a scrap of paper and you've said what class you have next, I've
Stop.
kept it.
Really?
I have kept every birthday card.
What are you going to do with them? Am I meant to curate a retrospective of your life? Is that what this is?
I don't know, man. I just can't part with
NGV,
them.
you know where to find us. The retrospective of Tully Smith.
What just came to my mind as an example is years and years and years ago, 2018,
Yes.
I had my heart broken by a guy that didn't even know I existed.
Another motherfucker.
And you painted me with watercolors, by I add. Who the hell at our age has watercolors? A big elephant foot stomping on my little heart.
Oh, I remember. Made you a card.
I have that still.
Oh,
I have the housewarming card you gave me. I have everything.
My God, tell that.
I have the t-shirt you
I
made
don't
me
even
for
know
our
where my engagement ring is.
I have the t-shirt you made me with my face on it for my 30th. I have everything.
Wow.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's healthy.
Now I feel like a bad friend. I'm there being like, should I keep any of Minty's artwork? Not sure. Scandinavian, my people are cold. All right, Tal. Well, I have a couple of therapy notes and I have loved this topic today. I think it's funny and it's light, but there's also like a bit of depth to it, right?
Light and shade.
Light and shade and lots of Sims. So my therapy notes actually come direct from my own therapist, my own qualified therapist 2 years ago. I was freshly divorced and I would literally sit at home and scroll back through photos of the good old days. So photos of the wedding, photos of the honeymoon, photos of Minty when she was little, when I was pregnant. And it's like it was really weird. I was just stuck in this place.
It's so common.
So common. And you know, for a time it was like probably the grieving process and reminiscing and blah, blah, blah. But eventually got to this point where it was like, okay, nah, that's weird. You gotta move on. Move on. So my therapist was kind of brutal, but I really needed it at that time. And she said exactly the words that you've said before, which is stop romanticizing the past as perfect. It is just as flawed as your present. So take what you need and what you loved and move it forward into your today.
Great advice.
Great advice. Who would have thought? A professional. So what I'm hearing from you is this kind of like dogged commitment to yesterday, like celebrating a more innocent time where problems didn't exist, life was opening up, you were young and innocent, ripe for the picking.
And had so much time ahead of me.
So much time ahead of
to
you.
do things.
Yes.
And now
we've
I'm like,
spoken about this a few times, right? That like we're at this weird age now where we are actually entering middle age. We're starting to realize there's a lot behind us. And so it's a little bit of a funky time. We've got a foot in each camp, one in youth and one in middle age. So we tend to oscillate between the two. So my 2 cents worth is you take the bits that you love and let them exist not as relics of the past, but as elements of your present. So if you like 90s music, that's your taste now, not a hangover from the past, not revisiting something. It's your taste now. If watching Sabrina the Teenage Witch,
Yes.
I'd forgotten I wrote that down and that was a good one.
Classic.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch, her fashion.
Salem.
Snaps. If that's your self-soothing, let that be today's habit, not something from when you were 10. So it's kind of like owning it in your current life. Own the now and celebrate being in it. We are nothing if not an amalgamation of thousands of memories. So let it be. That's all we are. We're just a collection of stuff we've collected.
Big patchwork quilt.
Did you hear that? A collection of stuff we've collected. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Maggie Kelly. Anyway, we need to exist right here, right now. You're lots of different things, own them all. And for you, Tal, I think it's mostly just sim characters.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, guys, you know the drill. We don't just trauma dump on this podcast. We like to leave you with a little bit of takeaway homework. And this week, unsurprisingly, we're focusing on nostalgia.
We're calling it the nostalgia audit. Think of it like spring cleaning, but for the random emotional clutter you've been carrying around since year 9, or for you, Tully, actual clutter.
Mitchell. Step 1, pick your relic. What is that thing from your past that you've held on to for dear life? Maybe it's your Tamagotchi. Maybe it's your Furby. Those things were evil. Maybe it's your Twilight DVD box set. Or maybe it is a very vintage Spice Girls impulse can that you can't quite part with.
Oh my God, I can smell that right now.
Mine's empty, but I have it.
Could it also be a connection to apricot chicken?
Yes, or your addiction to The Sims or whatever video game you played as a kid. Honestly, I stand by my Sims addiction. It is world building. It gets those creative juices flowing. I might, apply for the block and I probably have some skills in building houses.
Oh my God, we'd be great on the block,
We would be awful at that.
We'd be awful on the block.
Are you kidding me? Just look at our outfits now to know
Please, no one contact us to be on the blog.
We have complete opposite. Anyway, it's therapy, it's chaos management, it is everything.
True. So step 2, ask yourself why. Why does this relic matter so much to me? Is it comfort? Is it control? Is it the fantasy that life was just one big Dawson's Creek montage? Whatever it is, spend 5 minutes journaling or even just voice noting yourself about it.
Step 3, bring it into today. Find one way to use that nostalgic thing in a healthy, intentional way. If your thing is playing The Sims, maybe schedule an hour of play each week without guilt. If it's your Y2K playlist, blast it on the way to work.
And step 4, share it. Tell a friend about your relic. Sometimes just laughing about your S Club 7 phase or your butterfly clip collection is enough to take the sting out of grown-up stress.
S Club. There ain't no party like an S Club. Hey! Oh! So there it is, your nostalgia audit. Remember, nostalgia doesn't have to trap us in the past. It can also remind us of what still matters right now.
Homework set. Now go dig out that burnt CD labelled Road Trip 05.
I have so many burnt CDs.
Road Trip 05 would be good. Okay, it's time for this week's self-helped scoop of the week. This week, we thought we'd keep in theme and stick to something nostalgic that every Aussie kid who grew up in the 90s will know about.
Every single Aussie kid who ever had a birthday party, surely knows what we're talking about.
Okay, so Jehovah's Witness, you tune out now.
And also apparently my boyfriend. Anyway, to celebrate the 45 years of the Australian Women's Weekly Children's Birthday Cake Book, really descriptive title there. They really went out on a limb with that one. AKA the Bible of Birthday Cakes, and a publication I poured over every October. Every October I'd sit down and be like, what am I going to choose this year?
Sims cake.
Yeah. Well, that's not in that book, no. The magazine has asked Australia to crown their favourite cake.
And did we deliver? They received over 12,000 passionate voters who submitted their top cake from the 25 iconic creations in the book. They even picked a lucky voter to take home a KitchenAid prize pack. Are you kidding me? I would love a KitchenAid. I don't actually know how to use one, but I'd love a KitchenAid.
Okay, yeah, forget the KitchenAid. We need to discuss the rankings because I have several complaints.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so we're looking at a picture on our screen of the rankings. And Tully, you're going to read us from maybe 10 backwards?
Yeah, okay. So if you're familiar with the cake book, I only need to tell you what the name of these cakes are and you'll be able to instantly visualize it in your head. So at number 10, we had the Good Witch.
Fair.
Really, I did have that cake once, but it's interesting choice. Anyway, number 9, we have Little Piggy.
Fine.
Number 8, we have Racing Track.
Oh, stolen. That one is actually structurally quite difficult.
Number 7, we have Bunny Rabbit. Boring. This is where you're going to really make me angry. Number 6, we have the Candy Castle, which we will discuss in a bit.
Okay.
Number 5, we have the Rubber Duck, which Maggie has actually attempted for her daughter.
Guys, I'm going to have to put this on our Instagram. I made this duck and it was nightmare fuel. It came out and Minty was like close to tears.
As long as it had the chips as the beak, you're okay.
It did, but I did them the wrong way around. So it was like,
oh. So it's more like I don't know what that kind of bird is. Okay, well, sorry. Number 4, we have the Hickory Dickory Dock. Number 3, we have Dolly Varden. Is that a play on Dolly Parton? And I've only just got it now that I'm old.
oh my God.
It's a Barbie with the marshmallow dress,
Yeah,
FYI.
anyway, you know it, the doll.
Number 2, we have the Choo Choo Train, another popular one. And number 1 was the pool cake with the jelly in it.
Okay, you know what? First of all, jelly doesn't belong on a cake.
Thank you so much for backing me without even knowing what I was going to say.
Yeah, no.
I am so furious. First of all, there are so many amazing cakes that are missing from this lineup.
Tully is getting really fired up. I don't know if you can see this, but she's clutching her pearls.
I am clutching my non-existent pearls. Maggie's actually wearing pearls. So, Mags, you've already attempted the rubber ducky.
Yes.
I've had quite a few of these. The Candy Castle. So my nanny, because we had nannies because my parents work full time, not as great as you think. I was unloved. She slaved away at this. And
the
I remember
Candy Castle.
Yeah, the Candy Castle. And I remember seeing it for the first time and thinking it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life.
Zooming in, all right? So we're looking at, it looks to be at least 4 different cakes connected by another cake with then cake turrets and candy stuck on top and little flags.
Yes, it was ginormous. It was a castle made out of candy.
This feels like a lot to ask a nanny to do in addition to looking after 3 children.
I'm sure she was on a good rate. Anyway, my point is this ranking is just all wrong.
Okay.
They're missing the jewelry box, which had the ballerina, like the old school jewelry box you'd open up with the ballerina on the inside.
This is, okay, I'm feeling triggered here because I just have to say, as a working mum, get absolutely I'm not making, I have to bleep that one out. I'm absolutely not making a jewelry box with a doll in it. I couldn't even do the dog.
I mean, she didn't spin. But I did have a mum message me because I found some photos of me with my Candy Castle cake. I will also share those to the Instagram.
Okay.
And I'm assuming it was a mum messaged me saying, nah, my kid has to stick with the numbers with the Smarties on it. Like that's about as creative as I'm going to get.
Still, you're making a 3 out of cake. You win, lady.
I mean, is it that hard?
Okay, do you know what? Minty's birthday is coming up in May. I invite you to come on down and make the number 3 cake.
Okay, in conclusion, I'm just going to push right on through that. In conclusion, yes, the pool cake was cool. It was like this chocolate, what is that? Were they like fingers? Chocolate fingers in a big circle with green jelly inside. And I don't know where our parents found it, but you also supposed to have little like figurines swimming in the jelly.
I'm zooming in and honestly, it's unattainable, it's unrealistic, and quite frankly, the mixing of mediums has made me upset.
I'm so glad you agree. So basically, in conclusion, justice for Candy Castle.
Justice for Candy Castle.
If there is one thing Marguerite, Kelly and I will commit to, it's a theme. She's wearing a fluffy hat. She has her tartan docks back on and she brought tiny sunglasses that I won't let her wear in the studio.
Teeny tiny.
So this week's light and fluffy treaty at the end of the episode is also drenched in nostalgia.
Oh, sweet treat.
A little sweet treat.
This week we're sharing some of our biggest Y2K fashion fails. And as someone who had a basketball in PE hit a head full of butterfly clips, it exploded.
Did they all snap and break?
Yeah.
That's really sad.
It was
Were they glitter butterfly clips? Did you have your little hair twisted and then put back?
I did, Tully.
Amazing.
It was a very complex hairstyle. It's a really traumatic memory. Anyway, we're going to rapid fire some of Y2K's biggest fashion fails, taking in turns to out ourselves and then deciding whether we'd like to see them make a comeback.
Why do I feel like you're going to be pro bringing literally all of these horrifying trends back?
Because my wardrobe's more interesting than yours, all right?
That is completely fair.
Okay, you ready? Mm-hmm. I'll start. Do you know what I'm going to say?
I have a feeling.
It's Capri pants.
Absolutely not.
What do you mean?
Firstly, I called them pedal pushers.
Okay, yeah. To be fair, let's give them the correct name. They are pedal pushers.
Pedal, capital P pushers. Pedal pushers.
It's giving Westfield Shopping Centre.
I also struggle with, I even struggle with
Our producer just went, oh.
We need to give him a mic. He needs to be able to tap in and out when he wants to respond.
Totally.
I also struggle though with like the 3/4 like workout tights.
Oh, and
that's what it's giving
even
to me.
Oversized shorts are back now. Like we're back into short season and those big like oversized jean shorts. I really gave them a good crack last summer. We'll put up some photos and I might need to admit defeat.
Okay, my turn. You ready?
Yeah.
Coloured hair mascara. Why do we ever like that?
It smelled funny.
It also made your hair go like rock hard and stick out. It was like this.
Yes. Do you remember slicking all of your hair back but leaving 2 tendrils at the front that you would then put hair mascara in?
Yeah. What did you call them in Brisbane?
Slut strands.
Can
we say
personally, I'm against using that word to talk about women. Yeah. But we're talking about hair.
Yes.
But we also call them slut strands. Can you hear us? We're saying slut strands.
We shouldn't. It's like ASMR, but offensive. Okay, yeah, I think that's a really quick nay for me.
Okay.
Also, I used to use blue hair mascara.
Me too, because it's more noticeable on blondes.
What's wrong with us?
Kids in the 90s.
Yeah, okay. I bring to you something that my 4-year-old's really been leaning into, and that is velour tracksuits.
Look, I have seen that. I'm assuming you bought it for her because she's 4 and she can't do an order online
Don't
herself.
underestimate Araminta Morgans.
My question to you is, are you buying that for your daughter to live through her?
Did you see the clip that I put up where I made her say, I'm not a regular mom, I'm a cool mom in the pink velour tracksuit?
Well, you've just ruined it because I was hoping she just knew that quote, but you've made her say it.
It was genius. And we were home alone and it was just the funniest thing I've ever done in my life to myself. But for adults, tall velour tracksuits, juicy couture.
I would be okay with them being an at-home outfit.
Got it.
I'm not wearing that out in public.
Okay.
I also have a problem with the way velvet feels on other fabrics. And that's maybe because I have ADHD now.
Spicy. I don't like that shape spoon.
It doesn't sit right.
No, you're right. You're right. But sometimes if you put your hand on top of it and go like this, it feels nice. Think about that one for a minute.
I think that is a pass.
Pass.
I'll allow them to come back. All right, I've got another one for you. And I actually had one of these, an inflatable backpack.
What do you mean?
It was like, you know when inflatable furniture was a thing? I had an inflatable couch, an inflatable vase.
Yes.
I had an inflatable backpack. So it was like a blown up, brightly coloured see-through backpack.
And you said you have one of these currently?
No.
Tully?
I don't. I really don't. I promise. I don't.
I'm gonna go with a yay. It's feeling kitschy. It's giving fashion week. It's giving a little strange.
Or even like music festival would be cute.
We're not going to music festivals.
Not us, but they can come back. We're allowing them to come back.
If we went to a music festival, we know what we would wear.
Yeah.
Capri pants and an inflatable backpack. Okay.
Your turn.
All right. Off the back of our Pip Edwards discussion earlier, low-rise jeans.
No. I'm actually finding myself being drawn to the higher the better lately.
Yeah. Yep.
How do you feel about that?
I think I'm phasing out of jeans
completely. Going straight to moo-moos.
Just a skirt girl.
You're wearing jeans today.
I've literally worn jeans for the last 6 episodes. They're uncomfortable. They're very tight. And I've got a lot of business happening above low-rise jeans these days. Tramp stamp.
Oh yeah,
marks.
your tramp stamp. Speaking of nostalgia.
Yes. Should tramp stamps be on this list?
Probably. All right. Off the back of low-rise jeans. Do you even know if I said whale's tails?
It's a G-banger hanging out the back.
I'm so glad you said G-banger because I also call them G-bangers.
I know. They're so similar. It's like we should be friends. Okay. I present to you back Margot Robbie's dress that she wore this week.
I did see that. That was hot.
She looked fucking believable.
Yeah, she did.
What baby?
But it's not hanging out. It's classily tucked into her dress. It's see-through.
Right. Right. So I'm going to go yay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got one more each. You go.
I bring you the source of probably the greatest trauma of my 12-year-old life, butterfly clips.
And I'm going to bring you a fact, and that is that I wore some to see Harry Styles perform.
That was quite recently,
Yeah,
Tully.
I think it was the last year.
Oh.
Yeah, I
don't
really
think they
lent
were
in.
back in last year, Tully.
I really lent in. I was going to Harry Styles. I knew I'd be in the mosh pit, elbowing little teenage girls out of the way. And I thought, hey,
do we elbow in a Harry Styles mosh pit?
it depends if they elbow you first.
Girl, okay. Well, I'm going to come back to you with a memory of my own butterfly clip. So apart from the traumatic
I was gonna say,
basketball.
another butterfly clip
So my
memory?
sister and I, my sister's 2 years older, were both given this huge board of butterfly clips, and they clipped into all these little things, and we both had them. And lucky for you, didn't have an older sister, but she and I used to steal each other's, and I used to like heinously steal them. She'd be like, do you have my red butterfly clip? And I'd be like, no, because I used to do it in like shades. So I'd do like
Kathleen would have been
ombre.
like, they would have been in order. She would have
Yes.
kept them under like lock and key.
Yes.
How you
Mine
even managed to whiz your way
everywhere.
in there?
Snuck in, Tully. I snuck in when she was having a apricot chicken for dinner. All right, last one.
Okay. And it's been mentioned a couple of times because clearly I feel passionate about it. Cargo pants with the zip-off shorts option.
So I'm dating a German man.
You very much are.
And if there's one thing that German men love, it is pants that have dual purposes.
Yeah, utility pants.
Yeah, it's a Sportspant, but it is also a cafe pant, but it is also a weekend pant. You can lift things. You can also go to a nice restaurant. So I would have to say cargo pants with zip off into shorts. Yay.
I think our generation in general just really appreciates a good pocket situation. If I try to dress and I find some secret hidden pockets,
Yes.
it is a good day.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I love men's suit jackets, because you've got a little and
Inside
I always
pocket.
feel like such a dad when I do this.
Do you know what's funny? I'm going to out a friend of ours.
Okay.
Now that you just mentioned that, and I'm so sorry. Actually, there's no way she listens to the podcast. Lisa DeSanctis.
Yes, Lisa.
On the way back from her wedding,
Yes.
we had to get a bus back to the venue.
Oh God, how very peasant of you.
It was late. It was a New Year's Eve wedding, so it was a big party.
Yes.
She felt a little bit car sick, and she had nowhere to vomit but into her new husband's blazer inside pocket.
Oh no, that's a really nifty little spot though. Good to know.
The more you know.
The more you know.
Enjoy that hop tip. That one's for free.
All right, whether you like it or not, a lot of these have already made a comeback. So keep your bandanas as tops and leave me and my capri pants alone.
Fine.
All right, babes, we would love to keep chatting, but sadly our time is up for today. Will that be cash, card, or Sims currency?
Simoleons, Maggie, catch up. Lucky for you, Self-Helped is all about free advice from two women who have spent a lot of money on theirs, and sadly that's real money and not cheat code money.
God, you know so much about that show. Each week.
It's a game, Maggie.
Sure. Okay, Dad. Each week we'll be inviting you to pull up a chair and let us spill the tea on what we've learned, not just from therapy, but from the roller coaster of life.
Speaking of roller coaster, another great game, Roller Coaster Tycoon. The wins, the mess, and the surprisingly sound advice we've gotten from our fake Sims in our fake worlds. We're here for each other and hopefully for you too.
If you like what you've heard, hit subscribe, leave us a glowing review, and follow us on Instagram at selfhelpedpod. Validation is our love language.
We'll be back in your ears every Thursday, wherever you listen to your podcast.
Thank you for tuning into Self-Helped.
We'll see you at your next appointment. Please don't be late. We'd like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri people, the traditional owners of the land on which we've recorded today's episode, and pay our respects to elders past, present, and emerging.
Always was, always will be.